Hi, welcome to the You Do You Babe podcast. I'm so excited you stopped by. My name is Cathy Michaels and I'll be hosting the show. I was wondering, have you ever had something happen in your life that left you thinking, now what am I going to do? Well, I did. And not only was I thinking, what am I going to do? It went deeper and it had me thinking, who am I really? That's when I decided to start this self-love adventure. I turned inward, working to become a better, healthier, and more confident version of myself. And I've never felt better. I guess the saying's true, everything happens for a reason. So I would love for you to join me as I continue my journey where I'll discuss the things I've learned, experiences I've had, mistakes I've made, and there were quite a few, but more importantly, the breakthroughs I've discovered. We are what we experience, and everyone's experience and perception is different. So please share what's going on in your life too, because after all, we need each other, and together we're better. All right, babes, enjoy the next episode, and we'll talk soon. Hi, welcome back to another episode of You Do You Babe podcast. Before I get started, I can't believe I've been doing this for like 2.5 months, and it's going great. I absolutely love it. It's very therapeutic for me, and I know for a fact that I am helping some people because of the messages and comments that I receive. So I want to say thank you so much. Keep the love coming. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. But I am just so happy that I can help other people with everything that I'm learning. I also wanted to give a special thank you to Dawn over at Sign-A-Rama of Huntington. She helped me perfect my logo, which I absolutely love, the colors and everything. So thank you, Dawn. I also want to say thank you to Forever and Lights, who did my neon sign. I absolutely love it. To Allie Murphy for my photo shoot, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And to my son Christian, who helped me set this up, and both my children, Christian and Sophia, for believing in me, and my family for believing in me and supporting me doing this. This is not easy, getting out here and just saying what you need to say. I try to do it like off the top of my head. I'm learning so much. There's so much in my head. So sometimes I sound kind of silly, but whatever. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. So anyway, I wanted to talk today. So what have we spoken about? We've spoken about, self-care, all the routines that I do, we journaling, exercising, everything, just my emotions, how I'm feeling, right? So today I want to talk about self-image, right? Now, self-image is how we it's supposed to be how we perceive ourselves, okay? But unfortunately, sometimes, and it should be positive self-image, right? But sometimes, we allow other people's opinions and thoughts of us tarnish our positive self-image, okay? And it's just natural. It's just going to happen, and it shouldn't. But because how other people feel about you, that's not how it's not what our self-image should be. So basically, what I'm saying is, I know for me, my self-image was always poor. Okay, I I always looked for validation from other people. And, this whole journey, what I'm learning is everything needs to come from within, from yourself. Okay. Unless you love yourself, nobody else is going to love you properly. Unless you feel this way about yourself, nobody else is going to see that about you. And then, so basically, this whole journey is becoming one with yourself, like really, truly pouring into yourself, filling up your cups for yourself. And as you work on yourself, you just, you just become this amazing person. Like it's like that's what I'm realizing anyway. Like I don't know. I always thought I was a nice person. I thought I was, okay, work needs to be done, but I was always generous and nice and whatever. And for a while, I was living with somebody for 31 years who's not a happy person, and it kind of rubs off on you, right? So the past few years, I wasn't myself, okay? And last year, I had started to work on myself and lose some weight and, you know, take pride in how I look, right? It only started like really basically when Sophia was having her sweet 16. I found this dress from White House Black Market. It was this really pretty, like Picasso painting dress, like right at my knees, had pockets, was strapless. I really felt good in the dress. And I wanted to just give a little plug to Linda Shapiro. Thank you so much for helping me find the dress. Linda's a personal shopper over at White House Black Market, Chico's and Soma. So if you ever need help, give her, reach out to her. She'll be happy to help you. Anyway, I felt amazing in this dress. I put the dress on, I had my makeup done, had my hair done, and everybody told me how beautiful I looked, except for the one person who I wanted to hear it from the most. He did not say anything about my looks, nothing. And, I was like, all right, whatever. I guess he doesn't think I'm pretty, and therefore I'm not pretty. So it was just something that, compliments weren't given out ever, really, in while I was married. It just wasn't something that we did. And again, part of it has to do with, the way I was feeling, like the lack of love. Like I was telling you guys how we weren't very affectionate, and some of it probably came from how I was raised. Not that my mother didn't love me, but we weren't very affectionate. Okay, we weren't that family that said I love you. She wasn't huggy kissy. Like that just wasn't the way it was in my house. So, as I'm going along this journey, these are the things I'm learning about myself and learning that I didn't give that either because it's not something that I did growing up. However, it's something I crave the most. So, as I'm going through this journey, I'm learning how all of this ties into one another. So, basically, back when 2 days later he came home, said he was leaving, and he said some hurtful things about me and about my image, my appearance, and it bothered me. And obviously, that's what got me started on all of this, right? That, I thought, shit, if he's leaving me, who's going to want me, right? Who the hell's going to want this? Like if he didn't stay, who's going to? So it got me on this whole journey. And that's when I started, I gave myself a little assessment, a self-image assessment, like, write down 5 traits that I like about myself. Ask my friends, you know. Um, so I did. But then I wrote down the negative things, like, well, how do I feel? Like, I know I'm a kind person, I'm a generous person, but I felt unlovable. I felt not smart. I did not feel pretty. And again, I thought, who the hell is going to want me? So that's when I started really pouring love into myself. And, I started with my morning routine, doing that, and, working on all of that, doing my affirmations, writing down my core values, writing down, the traits about myself, writing down the kind words that somebody would say about me at my funeral, like how I wanted to be remembered, like all of that stuff helped me with my self-image. And because I don't want to come across as ugly, inside or out, mostly inside. I know I'm a kind person, and I didn't want this experience to make me bitter, to make me cynical. And oddly enough, I often find myself scratching my head because I'm not, I'm excited to have a relationship. I'm excited to be in love. I'm excited, I'm just excited. I'm just very, very happy and excited. So it's amazing what situations, how it opens your eyes, right? You just think you're going to crawl into bed, cry, and be this miserable woman. But instead, I'm evolving into an even more beautiful woman than I was, because I was beautiful, even though I wasn't told. What I realized was I was relying on validation from other people. And instead, I would just believe the negative things that I was told. So I'm learning that's not the case. And honestly, it all comes from me and how I talk to myself. So I had an experience in the fall. I have these three things about myself that I didn't like. Okay. And during this experience, I was told that these three things that were mentioned that they liked about me. And I was just like, wait a second. Did I tell you? I didn't say this out loud, but in my head, I'm thinking, did I tell this person these are the three things I don't like about myself? I was just like, this is interesting. And, it was a beautiful conversation. And I just was scratching my head because honestly, I'm like, I really don't think I told this person that I don't like these things that they're mentioning they like about me. And it was the start. That was the start of realizing that what we might not find beautiful within us, other people will. And again, I wasn't looking for I wasn't looking for it at all. I was hoping it wasn't even noticed. But it started the whole, I need to be kinder to myself, and love what I think is a flaw. Love it anyway, because it makes me unique. Okay. And that was the start of this whole thing. So, I kept working on myself, reading self-help books, getting smarter about all this stuff, learning how to speak to myself, having 3 different therapists, really trying to change my mindset, really trying to, pour love into me. So back in February, I decided, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go for a boudoir photo shoot. Now, most people are like, why are you doing that? Don't people usually do that for their spouse or their partner? And I was like, yeah, but I'm going to do it for myself. I love myself and I'm going to do it for myself. I'm feeling great about myself. I'm going to do it for myself. I really probably should have waited. I think I jumped the gun on that. I do love my pictures, don't get me wrong, but I was so uncomfortable doing it. I had to pick out lingerie for myself to wear. I had to get my hair and my makeup done. They did my hair and my makeup, and everything was put on a little extra heavy because of the cameras. So and then the positions they had me go in, it was so awkward. I felt so uncomfortable. The women there were beautiful. They told me I looked beautiful, told me, "Oh my God, you look like you could be a famous person." Just all these lovely things. But I still felt like I felt silly doing it. So me personally, I don't feel like I'm this like sultry sex, kitten. I don't feel that way about myself. I feel like I'm cute and I'm pretty, and I'm bubbly and, happy go lucky, but I'm not this like sex. Like I don't exude this sex appeal. So, I said that to my therapist. She's like, why would you say that? I said, I just don't, like some women have this like sultry look about them. And I just don't have it. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I love who I am. I love that I'm cute. I love that I'm bubbly. I love that I'm always smiling. I just love that. Because during this photo shoot, I see a camera and all I want to do is smile, like cheese. But, she's like, no, 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 no. Don't smile so big. You want to kind of like have your lips. I can't even do it now because I'm on camera here, but your lips should be like somewhat open, but not closed all the way. And, have these like sexy eyes. And I was just like, I would crack up laughing because it's just not who I am. But I did it. I did it anyway. And, I have to say, like some of the women wore like really skimpy, I looked at, what other people wore prior, just to get an idea of what to do. And some women wore skimpy stuff. Some women didn't. I went and I got myself a black, straight, sweetheart neckline strapless dress, tight fitting with a long, train. I also got myself a black lingerie. I bought a matching bra and panties and like a see-through white shirt. Like it was like a button-down shirt, see-through white. And I wore white stockings with that. And the black lingerie I wore with a mink coat, and I wore my suede boots that came over my knees with another stockings over. I thought my pictures were very tasteful. I thought I didn't really show a lot. I didn't do any naked ones, like showing my boobs or anything. I thought they were very tasteful, not very provocative. So I was very pleased with them. Of course, my favorite one is the one in the dress. And I purchased a pair of Christian Louboutins, my very first pair. I can't wear them, but I wore them for the picture. I cannot walk in these. These are very, very high for me. But anyway, it was a great experience, even though while I was doing it, I didn't feel the way I thought I was going to feel. Now, if I'm doing it now, I would feel totally different because I'm just at a different place with my body image and pouring into myself. But it was fun. I'm glad I did it. When it was time for the reveal, I was very nervous. I had to go back like a month later and look at the pictures, and I was super nervous. But I have to tell you, I was I saw what the women saw. I didn't feel it that day, but I saw what they saw. I saw the beautiful girl that they saw. I saw, a very classy. I was really, really pleased with the pictures. I mean, there's some that I did not like at all. I did have red lingerie, and when they changed my lipstick to the red lipstick, it just didn't go against my complexion nicely. And we did pictures in the BDSM room, and yeah, no, those weren't me. It's just not me. So yeah, I was very pleased with my pictures. If you're looking to have a boudoir photo shoot done, go see Allie Murphy Photography. You can find her on social media. She does beautiful, beautiful pictures, and it was a great experience. The women were very, very nice. I was nervous, but the women were very nice. But my pictures ultimately were gorgeous. And of course, my favorite ones are the pictures in the black dress. So that was a fun experience. And then as I continue to work on myself, you just got to keep talking positively to yourself and acting on how you want to be, it's just not something you turn on and off. It's just how you want to be. This is how I perceive myself. This is how I'm going to be. When you wrap yourself up in a nice dress or a nice outfit, you look good, then you automatically feel good, and then all the other things just come into play. And, it shouldn't be that way, but it is. I don't know. For me, it is. Anyway, if I'm looking pretty, then I'm feeling pretty and I'm feeling more confident and I'm feeling smarter and I'm just feeling really, really good. Like I just feel amazing. So it's amazing how your body image and your appearance, has everything else fall into place. So recently, what I found myself doing, because I am single and I'm going to have to get out there and go out and go out dating again and meeting people. I found myself changing who I am, okay, my appearance. Wearing tighter things, showing cleavage, just not who I am, right? I mean, you go on social media, you look at all these other single women and they're older than me, maybe my age, not the young ones, because the young ones are young and luckily gravity hasn't hit. and they're young and they feel great about themselves, and God bless them. God bless the young ones. But you just look at these women who are your age or older who are fucking sexy, right? They're really beautiful. Some of these women are beautiful. Now, maybe they have filters on them, whatever, because there's all these different effects on the social media. But, some of them are wearing tight dresses. Some of them are wearing, just very, just everything. Just everything is perfect, on them. And I found myself wanting to be dressing like them. Maybe that'll make me feel, more appealing. Okay. And I realized that I was like, what am I doing? Like, I did not feel better about myself. I did not feel prettier. I did not feel anything. As a matter of fact, I'm like, I just kept thinking to myself, what am I doing? Why am I trying to be somebody I'm not? This is not me. This is not me. I'm not this like, I'm just not. I'm not one to wear, midriff shirts. I'm not one to wear, I don't know. It just wasn't me. And I caught myself trying to change my appearance, thinking, that it would make me feel better about myself. And it didn't. So on Mother's Day, I went shopping and I went and got myself the dresses that I like to wear. And last week, I wore them while I was away on my trip. And I have to tell you, one of the dresses I put on made me feel like $1,000,000. I felt fantastic in it. I also bought a, a romper, like a jumpsuit, which I would never wear before, but I'm wearing now. And again, I felt like $1,000,000. Like, I'm like, see, I don't have to look like those women. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. And it's just because all these years, I allowed other people to, I waited for validation from other people. And you can't do that. This journey, you just learn that it's really all, everything comes from you. Everything comes from you. How you feel about yourself, how you love yourself, how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself. It all comes from you. And when you start acting that way, treating yourself that way that you want to be treated, that you should be treated, then you just attract all these wonderful things and people into your life. And it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. So matter of fact, so last week in Vegas, when I was telling you about those dresses and I felt like $1,000,000, I took a picture of myself. And a couple of days later, no, same night, we're in my friend's hotel room, Christine. Hi, Christine. We're in her hotel room, and she's like, and I'm looking at my picture, and she's like, "Geez, you're looking at your picture again?" And I was like, "Yeah, Christine, I look beautiful. Like you can see in this picture." That I'm a kind, like from my eyes, that I'm a kind person. You can see that I'm glowing and you could see that I'm truly happy. And it was the first time I saw that. I saw everything I wanted to see. I saw everything that I was working on. Okay. And I never felt better about myself. I never felt so proud of myself for really working and not giving up because this journey is not easy. There's always that ego that's going to, chime in every now and then, saying something negative to knock you down. But you just got to say, shut up, move on. You're wrong. There's always going to be some situation that's going to make you feel doubtful about yourself. But I'm just really proud of myself. I'm proud of all the work that I'm doing. I mean, every week, even my therapist said, every week I'm growing and we're really proud of the work that I'm doing. So, if you're on this journey, don't give up. Don't give up. You're beautiful inside, which is the most important, and out. And just keep it up. And, treat yourself to little something, that will make you feel good about yourself. And don't look for validation from others because you don't need it. You don't need it. Is it nice to hear? Sure, it's nice to hear. That's the other thing I learned. I I wasn't one to always give out compliments. Just like I believe I said that earlier. And while I was at this conference, okay, so I lose my hair, right? So of course I lost a lot of my hair. So of course that makes me feel, um, I feel self conscious about that, right? And it's something I'm taking the vitamins. I'm trying to grow it out, whatever, whatever. So I have hair envy. I do. I'm not going to lie. I have hair envy. So there's this woman sitting across from me at the breakfast at my conference one day. She had this beautiful head of hair. It was so thick. It was just, I mean, I was jealous. I was jealous of her hair. And I told her how beautiful her hair is. And during this process, and again, I'm not saying that you need validation from anybody, you don't, but it's still nice to hear. So if you found that somebody is looking pretty, something, their dress, their hair, their makeup, or maybe something that they spoke about, you know, tell them if you like it. Tell them. You don't know what the person's going through, and you don't know how much that little itty bitty thing will make them feel, will make their day so much brighter. So, so that's something I'm working on, like I just will talk to a complete stranger and let them know something, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I just, it's good. Like women should empower women, women should be bringing each other up, not bringing each other down. And that's a whole nother episode. But, when you're feeling good about yourself, feeling confident about yourself, feeling, just feeling good about yourself, you'll have no problem letting other people know. And then maybe it'll make them feel good. Maybe they're on this journey and they don't even know it, but it's something that, it's nice to hear. And again, I'm not saying we need validation from anybody. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not. But I look in the mirror now, I'm like, you look good. Good for you. Keep it up. I just sit there and pump myself up every day. And even my little inner child, like I said, I had those pictures of me when I was younger on my mirror. And I talk to that little girl too and tell her what a cutie she is. So what do we get out of this? It's not all about body image, but unfortunately it starts there. And, along this journey, I'm learning a lot. I am excited to, grow in other ways, expand my knowledge on things and learn new things, and just become this like well-rounded, happy individual. And I'm very much on my way. There's still some things I'm working on, like patience. I was relieved that I'm finally there with my self-confidence and my self-image and my self-love. Like I'm there. I'm pouring into myself. I'm finally letting go of requiring things from people, needing it. I don't need it from anybody but myself. And I didn't think I'd ever get here, but I'm here. And it took a while. But that's another thing. I need to learn patience. And it's coming. It's coming. And again, it just makes me excited for my future and everything that's to come. So my next episode, I'm going to have a very, very special guest. I'm going to have my niece, Christina, on, who is a big inspiration to me. She has a great story, very interesting things to talk about with her, and it'll be a 3-parter. It's a long episode, but she's got a lot to say. She's quite the inspiration, and she's been through a lot, and she's only 35. But I could still learn so much from her. I'm so proud of her, and I can't wait for all of you to meet her and listen to her story. So I hope everybody has a fantastic week, and that's it. That's it, babes. So you keep doing you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.